Ya, halo, selamat siang buat Bapak Ibu yang telah hadir, yang telah bergabung di Teleprime 6.0 launch webinar ini. Terima kasih ya sebelumnya sudah menyempatkan waktu untuk mendengarkan webinar kita ini sambil menunggu beberapa peserta yang lain, gitu ya. Kita mau menunggu tersebut kurang lebih di jam 2-an kita akan mulai webinar tersebut ya. Mohon ditunggu Bapak Ibu. Terima kasih.
Hey, Jonathan, you're on mute if you're talking.
Halo, Mr. Prasad. Sorry, I cannot hear your voice. Can you speak slowly? Because my English is not good. Sorry.
No, no, you were on mute, so that's why I thought you were talking. That's why I informed you. Yeah, now you're audible.
Oh, oke, oke.
So we have 14 participants till now. We'll wait for a few more to join.
Yeah, Mr. Prasad, for now, 15 from our client already joined.
Okay,
We are waiting for another client. Yeah,
okay,
we need time. We need time. 5 minutes. Ya, Mr. Prasad. Ya, thank
fine,
you,
fine.
Prasad. Ya, thank you. Ya, buat Bapak Ibu yang sudah berjoin di webinar ini, kalau sekiranya ada tim atau usernya yang ingin join juga, boleh gitu ya untuk di webinar ini. Dan sambil menunggu yang lain, mungkin aku mau sapa nih salah satu gitu ya dari klien, Bu Cynthia. Halo, dari PT Visual Media Studio. Halo Bu Cynthia, selamat siang. Oh, nggak bisa on mic. Oh, ini gimana sih ini? Oke, baik. Selamat siang buat Bapak Ibu yang telah hadir di Teleprime 6.0 Launch Webinar pada siang hari ini. Saya Yonatan selaku Senior Business Development Eksekutif dari Teli BIT akan mulai webinar tersebut. Sebelumnya saya juga akan memperkenalkan siapa-siapa saja yang akan in charge dalam webinar ini, gitu ya. Yang pertama saya ingin memperkenalkan Mr. Prasad selaku Country Manager Teli Indonesia. Yang kedua ada Mr. Saik Salman selaku Teli Product Expert. Yang ketiga ada rekan kami Mr. Stephen Nathanael selaku Technical Support dari Teli BIT dan saya sendiri Yonatan Reinhardt ya. Akan kita mulai webinar pada siang hari ini. Ya, ini adalah agenda dari webinar pada siang hari ini. Tadi sudah saya buka dengan opening ataupun introduction dari pihak-pihak yang akan in charge dalam webinar ini. Lalu saya akan menjelaskan agenda pada siang hari ini. Yang ketiga ada product overview, di mana Mr. Saik Salman will be lead the product overview in English. Lalu juga ada demo produk, fitur-fitur webinar Teli 6.0. Kami percaya bahwa fitur-fitur terbaru ini memberikan manfaat, menambah kinerja operasional perusahaan Bapak Ibu ini menjadi lebih efisien lagi, menjadi lebih efektif lagi, dan tentunya menjadi lebih produktif, gitu ya. Dan tentunya dalam webinar ini pasti Bapak Ibu memiliki pertanyaan, begitu ya. Jika ada pertanyaan silahkan saja untuk chat di kolom chat di Zoom ini. Dengan senang hati kami akan membantu menjawabnya ya. Karena di sini saya selaku senior BD Business Development tidak sendiri, bersama dengan rekan-rekan saya juga tim teknikal, ada Steven, ada Kandito dan yang lainnya untuk menjawab lebih detail lagi terkait dengan kebutuhan pada Bapak Ibu. Jadi solusi-solusi yang kami berikan ini bisa tepat, bisa baik dan benar, gitu ya. Lalu ada penjelasan dari service-service yang dimiliki oleh BIT, gitu ya. Apa aja? Ada Tele on Cloud, ada TSS atau Tele Software Services, MMC, Customize, dan partnership nantinya itu akan saya sendiri yang akan mempresentasikan dari produk-produk yang dimiliki oleh BIT. Mungkin dari Bapak Ibu ada yang masih berlangganan gitu ya, atau mungkin yang sudah tidak berlangganan, atau mungkin belum tahu nih ya kan dari salah satu servis kita. Nah, oleh sebab itu kita akan sama-sama belajar mengetahui apa-apa saja definisi sesungguhnya terkait dengan servis BIT, gitu ya. Caranya bagaimana, harus berlangganankah atau enggak, gitu ya. Silahkan dengarkan dan nanti boleh banget Q&A langsung ke saya ataupun dengan rekan-rekan saya, gitu ya. Sekian dari saya untuk opening. Selanjutnya di meeting ini akan dilanjutkan oleh Mr. Saik Salman. Oke. Hello Mr. Saik Salman. I already done to introduction about the opening. You can continue your product overview in English. I already explained to another panelist. The product overview will be explained in English with Mr. Saik Salman. So the time and the opportunity I give to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Stephen and Jonathan. Just before we start the session, it's a quick introduction from our side. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all are doing good. So myself, Prasad Selvam, and I'm the country manager for Indonesia. We're very glad and happy to welcome you all for the Tally Prime 6.2 release webinar session. Thank you once again for joining the session. Today, we are going to see the features of Tally Prime 6.0. So, key features of Tally Prime 6.0 are: one is automated accounting with bank statements, where we can do effortless bulk and consolidated voucher creation here. And number two, smart auto bank reconciliation. Here we can do an accurate and super fast way of reconciliation and accounting. These are the two major features which we have in 6.2, which will we explain you with a live product demo. And feel free to post your questions in the Q&A box. There is a Q&A box in the Zoom session. You can post your questions and we will take the questions at the end of the session. And Stephen and Jonathan, please feel free to stop us if you want to convey. We'll be taking English, and if you want to, explain Bagasa, please feel free to stop us in mid of the session. Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. Over to Sheikh Salman for the session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Prasad. So, hi everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Sheikh Salman. So today we'll be discussing on our new latest release, that is Tally Prime release 6.0. As Prasad has already highlighted the features what we have in the new release. So basically, in this release, we have focused mainly on banking, that is business banking with the Tally Prime, right? So we'll see how we have updated, how we have enhanced the banking experience, what we had already, and how the release 6.0 will help you in your day-to-day activities and how it saves your efforts and time as well. Yeah. So before going into the release, I just want to convey that we have two major releases every year. Last year also we did two major releases, that is 3.0 and 4.0, and also in this year we have done 5.0 and 6.0 as well. So 6.0 got released a couple of weeks back, and today we will be taking you through all the features and the updates what we have in that. So let's see what we have. And as I wanted to inform you that we'll be going through a use case where we understand, like as a business, as a owner, as a accountant, or as a auditor, how this business, how the banking will be in a complicated way, or how the tussle will be for everyone in daily activities, and how the release is going to help them, and how the release is going to save the time and effort of all these people. So introducing to you Mr. John Matthews here in this use case. He is a 40-year young, and he is a businessman of, and he is the owner of John Plus Limited. He started his company in March 2014 at the age of 30, and initially he was managing his books of accounts himself, and he was trusting Tally to streamline his business. He was using a Tally for his business, and John Plus Limited was performing very well early on, but later Mr. John realized that he is not getting enough time, and he's lacking in time for managing his books of account. So he decided to hire an accountant. So Mr. John was looking for someone who was experienced, hardworking, sincere, and knowledgeable in the accounts domain. And also the candidate should also be proficient in Tally as well, because Mr. John was using Tally for his business, and he was looking for a person who knows Tally very well. So at finally he hired Mr. Eric. So Mr. Eric, he is an accounts manager. He joined John Plus Limited in January 2015, and he was very proactive, curious, and even he was a happy Tally user for more than 17 years. So in 17 years, he has been seen remarkable product updates and features that have greatly supported him in his daily work. And at John Plus Limited, he used to manage accounting, including data entry, issuing checks, depositing payments, collections, vendor communications, MIS reporting, and return preparation as well. So let's see what are the daily tussle these two people have in the business related to banking activity and reconciliation. So for Mr. John, the reconciliation was a very slow process which was creating confusion in finances and obstruct in cash flow visibility, and inefficient tracking of payables, receivables, which was disrupting effective cash flow management. And for Mr. Eric, as an accountant, it was an repetitive and error-prone data entry, creating payments and receipt vouchers. And bank reconciliation was a tedious job, and it was a resource-intensive to him. And due to that, there was lack of regular reconciliation. It was leading to outdated books, was causing delays and inaccuracies in financial reporting. So currently, when Mr. Eric joined, everything was running smoothly as he was a user of Tally for more than 17 years. However, one challenge was holding him back every day, that was bank reconciliation. So reconciling a bank statement with the 2500 plus transaction, there may be a transaction related to NEFT, RTGS, UPI, various payment methods, was very time consuming. And due to other daily tasks, he was only able to complete this reconciliation after the office hours. And now let's take a minute how to understand how Mr. Eric has been managing bank reconciliation over the years. So when Mr. Eric joined, there were only 300 plus transaction, and he was using a hard copy bank statement, and he was manually matching them with Tally's transactions, and it was a monthly task to him. Okay. And as the business grew over 5 years, transaction got increased to 1200 plus, and making bank reconciliation as a fortnightly task now, as it was a monthly task initially, but now it has been a fortnightly task to him as the transaction got increased. And Mr. Eric started importing the bank statement directly into Tally. Before he was just comparing the statement with his transactions in Tally, but now he started importing bank statement directly into Tally. And in the next 5 years, post-COVID, online transaction got increased, and the transactions went to 2500 plus. So it was forcing Mr. Eric to shift to weekly reconciliation now. So from monthly, it came to fortnightly, and from fortnight, it came to weekly now. And he continued this using bank statement import, and also added a feature again, that is Excel import for the missing transactions which were available in the bank statement. So now Mr. John and Mr. Eric, they need a tech solution to streamline daily banking activity, including bank reconciliation, to improve their work-life balance and save significant effort. So Tally Prime's latest release can be a game changer for Mr. John and Mr. Eric, tackling key challenges and offering them the time-saving functionalities to simplify the bank reconciliation and related activities. So let's see how. So introducing to you, it is Tally Prime Release 6.0, which transforms your business banking with Prime Banking. And we have two major updates related to it. The first one is automated accounting with bank statements, which gives you an effortless bulk and consolidated voucher creation. And the second update is related to auto bank reconciliation, that gives you an accurate, super fast way for reconciling and accounting the transactions. So let's dive into our first update, that is automated accounting with bank statements. So the first challenge for Mr. Eric was creating voucher from the bank statement. So how do we create the voucher from the bank statement directly? So Eric must select each bank transaction individually, and he needs to click on create voucher for every transaction. And for multiple transaction under the same head, he must create a separate voucher one by one. So as you all know, the people who have already used this feature, that is importing the bank statement for the reconciliation. So if a user wants to create a voucher from the bank statement which is been imported, so they have to create a voucher one by one. They can't create all the vouchers, or they can't create vouchers in bulk. So it was a challenge by creating one by one, right? So let's see now what is the change we have brought in release 6.0, like how we can create vouchers directly from the bank statement. We have an option for bulk. So let's see how. I'll just shift to my Tally screen. Yeah, I hope my Tally screen is visible. Okay, so now first we'll see how do we import the bank statement into Tally. So we need to use our import feature that is on the top. So if we click on import, we'll get import of the data. So we'll go to bank statement, and here we need to select the bank ledger for which we need to import the bank statement. Okay, and then the file path where your location where the file is available. So let's select my location here, and the file type will be supported or all or Excel. If you want to select particular file type, you can select a particular way, or you can just select supported. And here my file is. So I have placed my bank statement into this location. I need to just select it. So show preview. So if you want to see the preview of your bank statement, you can see from Tally itself. You don't need to even open your statement physically. So let's see. Let's accept this. Yeah. So this is the bank statement which I'm going to import now, which has total entries of 23. And you can see there is a column for date, particulars, instrument number, withdrawal amount, deposit amount, and the closing balance as well. So the same way how we have in the bank statement, the same way we'll get the preview over here. And if we are confirmed, if we are okay with this, we can just go to preview, or we can just go to import. So let's click on import here. Yes, the entries, the bank statement have been imported now, and you can see the summary over here. It is showing as new entries imported successfully, and the count is 23. So as the bank statement was having 23 vouchers, it is showing 23 transactions over here. And if any such transactions which are not available in the bank statement, everything will get imported here, and we'll go into bank reconciliation summary to see more in detail.
Salman, could you wait for a minute? Let me translate to bahasa.
Sure. Yeah.
Oke, jadi jadi seperti ini Bapak Ibu yang tadi Mr. Sheikh Salman yang baru jelaskan, itu adalah proses di mana kita melakukan import untuk bank statement. Jadi nanti di fitur ini ke depannya itu untuk digunakan misalnya Bapak Ibu mempunyai bank statement yang Ibu punya dalam perusahaan itu bisa digunakan untuk import transaksinya seperti itu, dan itu bisa langsung untuk pembuatan vouchernya seperti itu untuk di fitur ini. Terima kasih. Salman, you can continue.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so now we are into a bank reconciliation summary, and you can see a major change over here. So before in the release 5.0 or the above or the below releases, we were not having this kind of bank reconciliation summary. Something it was looking like this manual, like how we had before. This was the bank reconciliation summary before, and you used to enter the bank date over here, and you used to see the balances in the below, right? So now we have given a new face to it. You have a new change here. So you can see how many unreconciled transactions you have till date. You can see the period wise the transactions and their amounts. You can see the balances, and also you can see how many transactions are available only in the books, how many transactions are available only in the bank, and what is the expected bank balance, and what is the bank balance actually as per the statement, and what is the difference. So everything can be tracked over here along with the count and the figures. Okay, now this is the new report, a kind of report we have given it here. So the user can directly pitch into any of it, and he can get the data as well. So now I'll just give the period over here. I'll just extend my period, and now let's see how many unreconciled transactions we have till date. So it is 59. Let's dive into it. And there is something called this exact match. So I'll come to this later. What is this exact match and everything. So before that, I just want to show you there are some transactions which are available only in the books, and there are some more transactions which are available only in the bank. You can see over here.
Sorry, Salman, let
Yes.
me translate to them.
Yeah.
Jadi Bapak Ibu untuk proses ini, Sheikh Salman akan menunjukkan cara melakukan proses untuk rekonsiliasi gitu. Jadi nanti ketika Bapak Ibu jika ada transaksi yang sudah Ibu input seperti itu, Bapak Ibu input, nanti di sana ketika bank statementnya menemukan ada beberapa yang cocok, nanti dia akan bisa membuat reconcile-nya gitu langsung. Jadi misalnya ada pembayaran langsung terbayar seperti itu. Salman, you can continue.
Yeah. So the transactions which are showing only available in books, that means the transactions which you have imported are like not matching with these records in the terms of reconciliation. And when you see below available only in bank, that means you have these transactions only in your bank statement, not in your books. So in this case, we just need to create these vouchers, right? So whenever we see a transaction which is not available in the books, so we feel that, yeah, we have missed some accounting, or bank has charged something extra which is not available in our books. So we need to create the vouchers for the transactions which we have over here, right? So now, as I told you before, that we had an option to create a voucher. That is, we just need to select the voucher and we need to create, like click on create voucher. So it was taking us to create a voucher screen directly, and we used to select the ledger and we used to accept it. So this was the previous behavior what we had, but now we have given an option to create the vouchers in bulk. So you don't need to select one by one transaction. You can select n number of transactions which are available only in the bank, and you can create the voucher. So let's see how do we do that. So let me just select these vouchers, these two vouchers. Like we have two vouchers. We can select all, even we can select all the vouchers. But if we want to create multiple vouchers, or the number of vouchers, we can just select the vouchers from here as by pressing space bar. I mean, we just need to click on create voucher. So here you can see there is a change. Once we select multiple vouchers and if we click on create, it takes us to this screen where it asks us to select the ledger name. It doesn't take us to the voucher creation screen where you have to enter the ledger name, you have to accept it. You don't need to do that over here. You just need to select the ledger name over here, like whatever the ledger name is applicable for it. So for ledger name, like you can refer the narration of what bank has mentioned. So based on that, if you see the transaction, you'll come to know that, yeah, this is my transaction and this is my ledger. So based on that, you will just select the ledgers and you'll accept it. I think it is fine. Like once you select the ledger name and accept, the transactions will be created and it will be posted in your books. And here there is one more option, that is a common ledger. Suppose if I have selected two transactions from here and both belongs to a same party. For example, it belongs to a same party. Then what we can do is, we, instead of selecting the ledger name one by one, we can just go over here and we can select the ledger name here directly, so that it will be applicable to all your transactions which are listed below. Okay, it is like a common ledger option. Once you select the ledger over here, the same ledger will be applicable to all your line items here. You don't need to even go and select the ledger name individually for each transaction. So it will be applicable for every transaction and you can just accept it. And once you accept it, it will be, the vouchers will be created as optional vouchers. So basically what happens is, once you create a voucher, it will be created as optional, so that if someone wants to refer it and someone wants to verify it, they can do it, and later they can convert this into a regular transaction. Or else even you have an option to mark as regular and reconcile. And if you are confident enough that, yeah, these transactions are fine and these are good to post in the books, so we can just click on mark as regular and reconcile, so that it will be regularized and it will be reconciled in your books. So reconciliation, I'll come to that later, but creation of voucher works like this. So you don't have to select each and every transaction and you have to click on create. You can select the transaction at once and you can click on create, so that it will directly takes you to the screen where you can select the ledger names and you can accept. So this is all about creating a voucher. So now let's see what are the benefits out of it with what Mr. Eric is getting. So he no longer needs to create vouchers one by one for each transaction now, and he can now create payment and receipt vouchers in bulk directly from the bank statement. It is saving time and efforts, right? Hope this is clear for everyone. Any doubts, any questions on this, you can please post it in the Q&A box. We'll take it up.
Oke, sorry Salman, let me cut. Jadi Bapak Ibu jika ada pertanyaan mungkin bisa di-input dulu di kolom Q&A. Nanti kita akan jawab bersama-sama pada saat ketika sudah sampai di waktunya untuk Q&A. Terima kasih. Salman, you can continue.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, moving ahead, we have one more update related to voucher creation. That is, there are some instances where multiple related transactions will appear in the bank statement, and these transactions don't require separate entries in the books and can be consolidated into a single voucher. So as you have been gone through this scenario where bank might have accounted it multiple times in the bank statement, and you don't want it to account it same as how bank has accounted, you want to keep it as a single voucher in your books. So this was like a challenge, like we were not having such option before, and we were altering the existing entry to update it, or we were manually tracking it everything, or we were manually noting it down, and later we were creating a voucher. So now it is very easy, like how we create a voucher. In the same way, we have an option to even create a consolidated voucher as well. So let's see how we can do that. So we'll take the same scenario where we have some of the vouchers over here below, and we'll see how do we create a consolidated voucher out of it. So suppose I just want to create a consolidated voucher for these two transactions, as bank has accounted it twice, but in my books, I don't want to account it as a twice, as a two vouchers. I just want a single voucher for these two amounts. So you can see the total amount what we have here, that is 70,100. So for the same, I just need to create a single voucher. So instead of clicking on F7 directly, we can just go to create voucher, that is Alt F7. If we click on Alt F7, it will take us to create voucher consolidate. So what we have to do here is we have to just select the product name, sorry, the ledger name. So once you select the ledger name, you can see the amount is being consolidated, and you can just select your references and you can accept the screen. So it will be created as a consolidated voucher. So not only two, so if you have a number of vouchers, if you have 10, 20, 30 vouchers, you can select them, as we have a case where we'll get the bank charges or we'll get the bank interest multiple times in the statements when we import, and we don't want us to account for each and every transaction. So we can select all the transactions like that, and we can simply click on consolidate voucher creation, and we can create a voucher as a consolidated. So this is how we can treat the multiple related transactions into a single voucher now. I hope this is clear. And we'll see what are the benefits out of it Mr. Eric is getting. So he can now consolidate multiple related transactions from the bank statement into a single voucher in Tally Prime Release 6. And this simplifies the process. It saves significant time and reduces manual efforts of Mr. Eric. Okay. Any questions on creation of vouchers? You can post it in the Q&A. We'll take it up later. So we'll move to our next update on the bank reconciliation, that is Smart Auto Bank reconciliation. So let's see what were the challenges. We don't call it as challenges. What was the tussle, or what was the complexity we were facing in the bank reconciliation? So let's see the cases. The first case is reconciling one-to-many or many-to-one transactions. So Mr. Eric was struggling to reconcile a single bank transaction with multiple book transactions or vice versa. He was manually reconciling these transactions without any link between payment or receipt vouchers and bank statement details. So you might have some cases, right? As I just told you on consolidated voucher, that you have a single voucher in your books, but you have multiple vouchers in your bank. So if you want to reconcile these kind of transactions, it was a challenge that you have to go refer each and every transaction. Based on the transaction, it will you have to mention the reference somewhere, you have to reconcile it. So based on the reconciliation, even the amount should be as the how you have mentioned, like amount also, the balance should also be tally. So how do we deal it in release 6.0? Let's see in the product. So what I'll do is I'll just go back from these vouchers. 1 minute. I'll just remove the data what I have imported here. Okay, now I'll freshly import the bank statement and I'll show you how this auto bank reconciliation works. And then we'll see how to reconcile one to many or many to one. So we'll just go to import again, bank statement. I'll select my bank. The preview I've imported. So you can notice one thing here, that is the count is showing as 23 as new entries imported, but there is one more count that is showing as exact match and it is showing as 15. So what is this 15 now? So you might have done auto bank reconciliation even before. So auto bank reconciliation actually happens on some details, that is the details what you have entered in your bank transactions. The first thing is instrument number. So the instrument number what you have entered in your books and what is available in the bank statement, if it is matching, so that is a match. And the amount, if the amount what you have entered for the particular instrument number is getting matched equally to your bank statements transaction, that is the exact match. Okay, so this is how the bank reconciliation automatically happens. So you don't need to go and reconcile everything here. The tally will give an option, the tally will matches, the tally will give you an count that these are the exact matches what we found related to this. And these are the transactions which are left out. It is your call. You will be checking that whether it is matching, or it might be a mistake of your user, or it might be somewhere you have missed the transaction. So that is your call, but exact matches found tally will show you that it is 15. So let's see what are those exact matches. I'll just dive into this. I'll just extend my period. And here you see there is an option, there is an head on the top that is exact match, amount and instrument number matches, and it is showing 15. So now you can
Sorry,
see over
Salman.
here. Yes, yes. Yeah.
I need to cut you for a minute. Oke. Jadi Bapak Ibu, jadi yang Salman di bagian ini adalah proses otomasi penyamaan fitur rekonsiliasi. Jadi nanti kalau di sini misalnya dia mendeteksi ada beberapa voucher atau yang seperti ditunjukkan tadi ada 15 voucher, itu dia akan langsung connect ke dalam transaksi yang voucher yang sudah Ibu atau Bapak buat, dan dia akan langsung saling terkoneksi gitu. Dan ini nggak terbatas untuk hanya satu voucher saja, tapi jika Bapak Ibu punya transaksi yang dari banyak transaksi untuk satu voucher saja itu juga bisa, dan begitu sebaliknya. Terima kasih. Salman, you can continue.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, as I was explaining about the exact matches, like I told you that it matches with your two details, that is the amount and your instrument number. And the top you can see the exact match which is considered on amount and instrument number matches. And there are 15 such vouchers which are matching with your books. So you can see the instrument number column over here. The blue one is the bank statements entry and the black one is your book voucher entry, right? So you can see the instrument number is exactly matching what you have here, and even the amount is getting matched along with the instrument number. So these have been considered as an exact match, and it shows you that these are the exact matches transactions. So you can directly go and you can directly reconcile these vouchers without even verifying them, because tally is already matching them and it is showing you that it is matching what you have entered. So we'll just select the vouchers and we'll just click on reconcile so that it will get auto reconciled. Even you have an option to automatically get reconciled instead of showing like this, but still if you want to see like how many exact matches we have, and we want to just cross verify, you can also keep this screen so that you can just select the transactions which are matching exactly and you can reconcile them. So now this is all about auto bank reconciliation, how it happens. Now we'll come to a use case where we have one-to-many and many-to-one reconciliation. So as I told you, one-to-many and many-to-one, how it actually happens. So somewhere you might have entered a single voucher in your book of entry, and bank has entered multiple times, or it may happen vice versa also. Like your bank might have entered a single voucher, but you might have entered multiple vouchers. So in this case, how do we reconcile the vouchers? So as we saw here, it matches your instrument number, it matches your amount, so it will show you as the exact match. But now in this case, how do we reconcile them? We'll just see. So you can see here, we have some transactions over here that is available only in books. That means the transactions which are showing here is not matching with your bank statements transaction. So it is considering as only available in books. And now the transactions which we have below that are only available in bank. So it is like these are the unmatched transactions which are showing you. It may be matching, or it may have some complexity, or user might have done some mistakes. So that is what we have to verify here. So now let's see like how do we do one-to-many and many-to-one reconciliation. So we'll take an example of some entries over here. You can see a second entry from here, which is available in my books. The instrument number is 987678. So there are two transactions with the same instrument number. You can see I have entered traveling expenses of 1950 and 2000 in two different transactions with the same instrument number. So now bank cannot enter the same instrument number twice in his bank statement. So they have done a common entry for it. So they have consolidated a voucher and they have entered as a consolidated entry over here. And you can see there is a transaction over here with the same instrument number 987678. The total amount is 3950, which tallies your above transaction amount. So now to reconcile this, we just need to select these two transactions from here and this transaction from here. So once you select these two transactions, once the amount, everything is fine, the total will show you as 0 over here. As you can see, the selected books total of your books is 3950. Now I am matching with this with our bank statement transaction. So let me select this and we need to click on reconcile. Yeah, that is done. The reconciliation is done now, and you can easily find out which transactions you have reconciled and using which transactions of your bank statement you have used to reconcile those vouchers. So we'll see that later. So this is how we can link the multiple transaction of your bank statement to books, or multiple transactions of your books to bank statement transaction. I think this is clear. I hope this is clear for everyone. Reconciling one-to-many and many-to-one. Okay, and we'll see what are the benefits out of it Mr. Eric is getting. The easily reconcile one-to-many and many-to-one transaction with this feature, and it ensures effortless matching and allows him to view the details of bank transaction in the future if needed. So as I told you, if you want to again see like what transactions I have used to reconcile this voucher, you can easily see it. You just need to go a step back. You can go to reconciled vouchers. You can click on view reconciled, and you can see some transactions have got reconciled here. And you can see the transactions on the top of traveling expenses, which shows you the total amount, the total transactions what you have used to reconcile this. So these are my book transactions which I have consolidated and I have reconciled using this blue line, that is my bank transaction. So you can see clearly which transactions I have used to link this. And also when you drill down to your entry as well, you can just go to your bank allocation screen. So where you can have an option view reconciliation info. So once you click on this, it will show you which transactions have been linked to this entry in order to reconcile. So it will clearly give you an picture what all the vouchers or what all the links you have used. If anybody is asking you how do you link this transaction, how you have linked it, so you can clearly show them this. All right, I hope this is clear. Any questions on one-to-many or many-to-one, you can please post it in the Q&A. Okay, going ahead. Now we'll see what is the status of Mr. John and Mr. Eric after updating to the latest release of Tally Prime release 6.0. So for Mr. John, keeping a track of bank balances and financial data effortlessly to make better decisions now in the business. So it simplifies the reconciliation and manages payables and receivables efficiently for improved cash flow. It also gains real-time financial insights to plan and allocate resources effectively. And for Mr. Eric, as an accountant, it automates the voucher generation from bank statement to eliminate the repetitive task what he was doing before. And it enhances the bank reconciliation experience, which helps him in completing the bank activity in very lesser time. So this is all about this the status what they have, and there are many more features which are designed to further simplify the bank reconciliation process for Mr. Eric. So let's have a look. So handling duplicate records. So what is this handling duplicate records? So for example, if you have imported a bank statement and the same bank statement you are trying to import it once again. So what was happening before? So before, once you import the bank statement into Tally, it was getting imported. Again, if you import, it was getting imported and it was getting duplicated. So how do we prevent it now? So in the latest release, as we see, once we import the bank statement, let's move to the bank reconciliation summary. And you can see I have imported a bank statement over here. And let me try to import the bank statement again here. Same bank statement, and we'll see what is the change that happens. Support, and I'll just select the bank statement here. And it shows me the preview. I'll click on import. So now you can see a small change over here. It shows us the summary, but the count you can see it is as 0 because the statement you have already imported and those entries are already available in your bank reconciliation. So it doesn't allows you to import the transactions again. So if you have any updated transaction or if you have any new transactions added in the same bank statement, those transactions will get added, not the existing transaction. I hope this is clear. You can you don't need to worry now. You don't need to worry that the transactions will get duplicated if you re-import the bank statement. It doesn't harm your existing
Sorry,
data.
Salman, can I cut?
Yes, please.
Oke, jadi Bapak Ibu untuk yang duplicate record ini, jadi kalau misalnya Bapak Ibu ternyata tidak sengaja melakukan import 2 kali seperti itu, untuk import yang kedua dia akan menunjukkan di summary-nya itu tidak ada transaksi yang terentry lagi seperti itu. Jadi untuk adanya duplicate itu tidak terjadi gitu karena bisa kita lihat nanti data yang sudah di-input tidak akan terinput lagi ketika kita melakukan import. Seperti itu. Salman, you can continue.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, the next thing is marking reconciled voucher status as an optional by default. As I showed you before, that once we create vouchers from bank statement, it automatically goes to optional vouchers directly, but you have an option to even reconcile those. But by default, it creates it as an optional voucher, and later you can go verify, you can reconcile, you can regularize it as per your call. But by default, it will be created as an optional, and also you have an option to regularize it in the same screen. And the next thing is advanced configuration for reconciliation and potential matches. So now let's see what is this advanced configuration which we have given for the reconciliation and what is potential matches. So now let's switch to the Tally again, and I'll go to the same screen of reconciliation, and you have an option here of potential matches. So before moving into potential matches, I just want to recap it. So I told you what is exact match. Exact match gives you a transaction where the instrument number and the amount is matching, and it shows you these transactions are the exact matches. And what about the remaining transactions? If somewhere some data is matching and some data is not matching, what about the data? So let's see if we go to potential matches, what it shows. Yeah. So now you can see here, there are some potential matches, that is instrument number matches, where only the instrument number is matching and your amount is not matching. And there may be some transactions where some amounts are matching, but instrument numbers are not matching. So these cases will be covered over here, and you have some configuration also for this. So if you want to show the unique amount matches, you can enable the rules, whatever is applicable to you. If you want only the transactions which are matching exactly, that only should show. You can select show amount and instrument number matches. And if you want separately to see only the instrument number matches, whatever the instrument numbers are matching, you can also enable this. And based on this configuration, the transaction will be listed in the potential matches, as it gives you a clear picture like what is matching, what transactions are showing under this bucket, under that bucket. You can easily take a call, and based on that, you can reconcile your vouchers. So you don't need to go to each and every voucher and see what is matching and what is not matching. Tally itself gives you a clear hint here that this is matching and this is not matching. You can just take your call. So this is all about potential matches. And,
Sorry, Salman,
yes,
let me
yes.
cut. Jadi yang tadi baru saja Salman tunjukkan itu adalah fitur di mana Tally jika misalnya yang tadi sudah dijelaskan kalau ada exact matches dia kan langsung menyesuaikan. Tetapi kan di beberapa itu ada yang tidak sesuai, bisa dibilang seperti itu. Itu bisa kita pakai fitur yang namanya potential matches. Jadi di situ tuh nanti ada beberapa voucher yang mungkin dari voucher numbernya atau mungkin dari total jumlah transaksinya, nanti dia di situ akan menunjukkan potensial kesesuaian dari transaksi-transaksi yang ibu atau bapak bikin dengan bank statement yang sudah diimport. Jadi bisa disesuaikan secara manual, tapi kita sudah ada kayak bagian yang sudah akan ditunjukkan kalau ini adalah yang sudah sesuai seperti itu. Terima kasih, Salman. You can continue.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, the next update is the modify and unlink matches. So now what is this modify and unlink matches? Suppose you have reconciled a voucher, you have reconciled using linking, and later you got to know that, yeah, this is the transaction which I have reconciled. It has been done by mistake, or I have done something wrong in that. If you have done many to one, one to many, or you have done some manual linking, so you might have done some mistakes. So now how do I undo it? How do I unlink it? So we need to go to reconciled vouchers, like what all reconciled vouchers we have. So suppose I have these vouchers which I have reconciled by linking. I just want to move them again to my unreconciled vouchers. So I just need to select the vouchers, whatever I have here, and I need to click on unlink. Alt F8 is the shortcut. So if I just click on unlink, so these transactions will be unlinked, and again it will be moved to your unreconciled transactions. So somewhere if you have done some mistake for some transactions, if you want to undo it, you can click on unlink and you can unlink it. This is how we do the reconciliation reverse, right? Yeah. Okay. So the last thing is resetting bank reconciliation data, that is with or without keeping the status. And what is this resetting the bank reconciliation data? Suppose today morning I have imported a bank statement. I have done some bank reconciliation. I have done some manually linking. I have done some auto linking. I have created some vouchers. Everything I have done. So later in the evening, I came to know that, yeah, I have done that, but something has been wrong in the bank statement, or something has gone wrong in my books. I have reconciled it anyhow by matching something, So I just want to reset everything, whatever I have done for this particular period. How do I do that? So before we were not having any such option to reset. We had a only option that if we have any backup, we have to restore that, or else the data everything will mess up. You have to go to each and every transaction. You have to see the details and you have to manually update it. But now we have an option. So let's see what is the option here. Yeah, let's switch to the tally. Yeah, now you can see we have some data over here. We have reconciled some vouchers. We have unreconciled vouchers. How do we remove all these things from my bank summary now? So we just go to help, F1 help. We have to go to troubleshooting, reset bank statement data. We need to select the bank. And if you want to retain the reconciliation status, what you have done it, you can keep it as yes, or you can simply make it as no. And this is the period from where to where you want to reset. I'll just give a period over here. And also the backup is mandatory. Even if you have even if you are doing it for any time, you please make sure that you have a backup. So because if we reset the statement bank data again, you can't undo it. So you have to take the backup for this. So for now, I'll just make it as no and I'll proceed. So this will give you a message that this action will reset the bank statement data for the selected period. The status of book reconciliations reconciled by linking or partially reconciled transactions will be updated to unreconciled, and do you want to continue? Make it as yes. So the resetting is done. So now you can see there are no transactions which I have imported, nothing. Nothing in blue. That is bank statement data, everything has been resetted now. So it is like fresh, like how we had the data before. So this is how we have an option here. You can go and you can reset it required. I hope this is clear. Yes, everything tallies with the perfectly simple tally prime now. Fine. If you have any questions related to the features what we have explained, you can raise it in the Q&A.
Oke, Salman, let me cut you. Jadi sebagai kesimpulan Bapak Ibu, jadi untuk fitur Tally 6 di sini itu adalah semua dari import bank statement. Jadi dari import bank statement ini kita bisa melakukan secara langsung ya untuk pembuatan voucher dari bank statement ini yang sudah kita import, dan juga rekonsiliasi untuk terhadap transaksi-transaksi yang kita sudah buat, terutama di bagian payment dan juga receipt seperti itu. Dan dengan fitur ini juga kemungkinan untuk mengalami kesalahannya juga sudah dapat diminimalisir dengan adanya fitur yang supaya duplikatnya tidak terjadi. Dan juga untuk melakukan reset bank reconciliation-nya juga. Jadi kalau misalnya bank statement-nya juga ada yang mau diulang seperti itu, misalnya ada terjadi kesalahan input, itu juga bisa diulang juga, di reset kembali seperti itu. Jadi untuk melanjutkan ke Q&A-nya, nanti saya akan jelaskan juga nanti ke Salman dan nanti akan saya translatekan kembali. Okay, Salman, for the first question.
Yeah.
Does the import bank statement will affect the ledger, or it will be only matching the bank statement and the ledger that have been journaled?
Yes, actually bank statement import will not affect your ledger. It affects the reconciliation work. And in case if you have created some vouchers out of the bank statement, that will affect your ledger. That will be treated as a voucher creation. So that will be affected in your ledger, but rest everything will be affected in your bank reconciliation.
Okay,
I hope that answers. Yeah.
Oke, jadi untuk fitur yang pertanyaan pertama, jadi untuk bank statement ini jika untuk importnya saja itu tidak mempengaruhi ledger, tapi jika Bapak Ibu sudah melakukan pembuatan voucher melalui bank statement ini, pasti itu akan mempengaruhi ke dalam ledgernya seperti itu. Ibu Naila, terima kasih. And Salman, for the second question, what kind of banks that Teleprime 6.0 have supported in Indonesia?
Yeah. So for this, I request everyone that I think you people know how we'll have a bank list in Tally. Even I'll show you now. So good question actually. So whenever we create a bank ledger, suppose I'm creating a bank here. So now if I just map it under bank accounts, we have this list over here, list of banks. So here you can see the list of banks which are available in Tally, and for this only these banks we have supported the bank statement feature, that is import or reconciliation. So for Indonesia, I'll just type Indonesia over here. So you can see these are the banks which are supported for Indonesia as of now. And somewhere if you feel that yeah, there is a bank which I'm using and which I'm using for my business and it is not available in this list, so please share those bank statements with our partner. So our partner will coordinate with us and will make sure that that bank will be available in this list. So currently these are the banks which are available for Indonesia, and if you have any of these banks, you can just select and you can go ahead with the reconciliation. I hope this answers.
Oke, jadi untuk pertanyaan Ibu Ratna, untuk yang bank apa saja yang sudah support untuk di Teleprime 6 ini, jadi bank-bank yang sudah disupport ini sedang ditunjukkan juga oleh Salman di sini, itu adalah BNI, Bank Negara Indonesia, BRI, CIMB Niaga, Mandiri Indonesia, dan OCBC dan Permata. Seperti itu. Oke, Salman, for the third question.
Yeah, third question is in English. I can just take it up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, is this feature available only in Tally Prime 6? Since I'm not mistaken, this reconciliation also available in Tally 4 version. What is the major difference? Yes, Dimal, these options were available somewhere, but not in the full like how we have now. Like you were having an option to create a voucher, but it was only for a single voucher one by one. But now you don't have an option. You don't have to create it one by one. You have a bulk create option. You have a consolidated create option. And for reconciliation also, we have enhanced it. You can do one to many, many to one. You can do a consolidated voucher reconciliation, everything. So there is an update in release 6.0. In 4, you will be getting the older updates, what you were doing, right? So this is the major difference between these versions. Hope that answers.
Jadi untuk pertanyaan yang ketiga, jadi untuk fitur ini jika tidak salah ada di Tally 4. Jadi untuk bedanya yang di Tally 6 ini, fitur ini itu sudah lebih otomatis ya bisa dibilang. Karena ada juga import bank statement ini, jadi nanti untuk secara rekonsiliasinya juga itu tinggal melakukan mix and matching aja. Jadi nanti ketika sudah ada yang sesuai malah hanya tinggal merekonsiliasi yang sudah sesuai dan langsung tinggal di save saja seperti itu. Salman, for the fourth question, let me explain it. Let me tell in bahasa first, and then I will tell it to you in English. Dari Ibu Aya, apakah terdapat batas maksimal jumlah transaksi yang dapat diimpor dari bank statement ke Teleprime 6.0? So what she said that was, is there a maximal of transaction that can be imported in the bank statement in Teleprime 6.0?
Yeah, there is no such limit. There is no such the number of transactions limit or maximum minimum. The number of transaction bank statement has, it can be imported.
Oke, jadi untuk pertanyaan dari Buaya ini jawabannya adalah tidak ada ya. Jadi untuk jumlah transaksinya untuk maksimalnya itu bisa sebanyak mungkin yang bisa diimport seperti itu. Oke, for the sixth question, is the reconciliation is only for voucher payment, or can it be used for the journal voucher as well?
Yes, yes, obviously, because we are not mentioning somewhere here like vouchers of payment or receipts. Any bank vouchers, even in case if you have posted a journal voucher using a bank uh, ledger or a bank entry, so that will also be a part of your journal. That will also be a part of your bank reconciliation. Obviously, even that can be reconciled or it can be used for your account.
Oke, jadi untuk menjawab pertanyaan tentang rekonsiliasi hanya untuk voucher payment dan juga apakah berlaku untuk voucher jurnal. Jadi untuk bank rekonsiliasinya ini semuanya tidak hanya dari voucher payment saja, voucher receipt dan juga jurnal. Jika itu transaksi memang sudah terinput dan memang ketika kita import bank statement sudah terkoneksi, maka tetap akan muncul di bagian bank reconciliation-nya juga. Jadi tidak masalah mau itu pembuatan di voucher jurnal atau payment atau receipt. Okay, maybe this is for the last question. Jadi untuk pertanyaan terakhirnya nih untuk yang atau Bapak atau Ibu Vivi ini pertanyaannya untuk bagaimana kalau bank kami belum support untuk import di Teli dan bagaimana prosesnya. Jadi tadi sudah dijelaskan oleh Salman untuk bank yang belum disupport bisa mungkin mengirimkan contoh dari bank statement yang Bapak Ibu pakai untuk banknya kepada kami sebagai partner di BIT. Nanti akan kami sambungkan kepada Teli Pusat untuk melakukan pembuatan untuk banknya tersebut, untuk bank statement tersebut, seperti itu. Semoga untuk semua pertanyaannya sudah terjawab. Untuk selanjutnya mungkin akan dilanjutkan oleh Pak Yonatan untuk penjelasan tentang TSS, AMC dan juga customization dan juga cloud. Terima kasih.
Okay, in case if no one has a question, so we'll just I'm done with the features. So thank you everyone. So over to you, Prasad.
Okay, so I hope the product session is useful to everyone. And if you have any questions offline, please feel free to reach out to Stephen and Jonathan. We will guide them on this. So that is all from our side. Stephen and Jonathan, over to you guys. We'll be available offline, so you guys can continue and you can end the session once it is done.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Saik Salman, for your explanation, for your presentation, and also thank you, Mr. Prasad, for your time to join our webinar to us. Thank you very much, and I will continue. I'm Jonathan. Will continue presentation about our services from BIT. Ya, Mr. Prasad. Baik, Bapak Ibu dan para hadirin sekalian, gimana terkait dengan penjelasan webinar Teli 6.0 kita ini? Tentunya membantu ya, yang fitur-fitur yang kita miliki sekarang ini pastinya menambah kinerja operasional Bapak Ibu menjadi lebih efisien, lebih efektif tentunya, dan menjadi lebih produktif. Nah, selanjutnya saya ini akan menjelaskan terkait dengan produk-produk dari BIT, servisnya apa aja gitu ya. Aku izin share screen sebentar. Oke, sebentar. Oke, terkait dengan materi dari PPT penjelasannya sudah terlihat belum ya? Sudah ya? Belum? Stop share. Ini. Oke. Ya. Oke, ya. Jadi ini adalah service-service dari BIT gitu ya. Kita ada Tele on Cloud atau biasa kita sebut dengan TOC. Lalu kita ada Annual Maintenance Contract atau AMC yang kita sebut. Lalu ada Tele Software Services atau TSS dan Customize. Aku percaya bahwa beberapa dari klien ini sudah mengetahui hal tersebut atau sudah berlangganan nih antara salah satunya atau salah duanya atau mungkin semuanya sedang berlangganan nih atau sudah menggunakan dari kita punya. Nggak apa-apa, itu bagus, dan kita hari ini akan menjelaskan lebih detail lagi apa-apa saja yang kita miliki dan bagaimana untuk memiliki servis tersebut gitu ya, dan apa sih fungsinya untuk teli Bapak Ibu di operasional perusahaan gitu ya. Nah, yang pertama ini aku akan bahas. Oke. Tele on Cloud gitu ya. Nah, Tele on Cloud ini apa sih gitu ya? Jadi kalau Tele on Cloud ini dia tidak menyimpan data-data konfidensial keuangan perusahaan Bapak Ibu di lokal server atau di lokal laptop Bapak Ibu, tapi save-nya itu di cloud server. Nah, ini tentunya memberikan rasa keamanan buat Bapak Ibu selaku user ataupun decision maker, juga memberikan rasa aman. Kenapa? Jadi in case amit-amit kita tidak mau hal ini terjadi, jika laptopnya hilang gitu ya atau kehack, kena virus dan lain sebagainya, itu akan hilang begitu saja kalau tidak menggunakan cloud. Nah, tapi kalau menggunakan cloud kita berani pastikan data Bapak Ibu akan tersimpan karena itu akan data Bapak Ibu akan berada di cloud server. Nah, cloud servernya kita pakai apa? Akan aku jelaskan di slide selanjutnya. Jadi sudah dipastikan akan aman data-data tersebut. Lalu dengan cloud ini tentunya memberikan fleksibilitas buat Bapak Ibu dalam mengakses atau menginput atau entry laporan-laporan keuangan di mana aja, kapan aja gitu ya. Jadi kalau misalnya manajer atau direktur sedang berpergian gitu ya di bandara, di kereta atau dimanapun itu, dia tetap bisa menginput atau mengakses laporan keuangan Teli gitu ya. Jadi memberikan fleksibilitas waktu kapanpun dan di mana aja. Dan ini memudahkan Bapak Ibu juga untuk mengkontrol laporan-laporan perusahaan dan lain sebagainya. Nah, selanjutnya, nah ini yang tadi aku mention, kita menggunakan Microsoft Azure ya, salah satu platform cloud terbaik di Indonesia dan tentunya teraman gitu ya. Microsoft Azure kita ada di mana aja, yaitu ada di 3 negara, yaitu ada di Singapura, ada di India, dan ada di Australia gitu ya. Jadi tidak perlu khawatir untuk backup datanya dan sebagainya, itu kami berani pastikan ada di cloud tersebut gitu ya. Tentu nanti bertanya nih, gimana Pak untuk mau boleh deh saya berlangganan cloud gitu ya. Boleh aja, tinggal Bapak Ibu bisa kontak PIC dari tim teknikal kami masing-masing. Karena cloud itu ditentukan dari berapa user sih yang akan menggunakan cloud service ini gitu ya. Tentunya ada biayanya dari per user dan per tahun gitu ya, per year. Kita tidak per bulan seperti itu. Itu dari penjelasan cloud. Nah, TSS. Nah, tadi sempat di-mention nih di Q&A ya. Gimana sih untuk upgrade atau menggunakan Teli Prime fitur terbaru ini 6.0. Nah, ini aku yakin pertanyaan itu mewakilkan dari beberapa orang nih. Gimana ya mau pakai gitu? Atau caranya gimana sih mau upgrade version ke 6.0? Karena fitur-fiturnya sangat capable atau relate nih sama kebutuhan kita yang tadi dijelasin ya dengan rekan saya Steven gitu ya. Bang Reconcile itu tentunya memudahkan kinerja ya, jadi lebih hemat waktu. Nah, bisa banget Bapak Ibu harus berlangganan dengan Teli Software Services TSS. Nah, itu ada apa aja? Ada layanan akses jarak jauh, ada layanan sinkronisasi data, versi terbaru Teli Prime 6.0 ini dan report on browser gitu ya, bisa membuka Teli dari website. Nah, dengan catatan selama berlangganan setiap tahun. Nah, nanti ada pertanyaan lagi. Pak, tapi saya ini sudah apa tipe license-nya annual gitu. Nah, kalau memang tipe license Bapak Ibu itu adalah annual subscription gitu ya, itu memang tidak perlu berlangganan TSS setiap tahunnya karena itu sudah pasti free gitu ya selama berlangganan setiap tahun dengan kami yaitu license-nya. Nah, tapi kalau misalnya itu adalah perpetual atau lifetime gitu ya, harus berlangganan di tahun kedua, tahun ketiga dan seterusnya. Nah, beberapa dari new client bisa nih kayak misalnya kayaknya aku baru closing dengan Pak Jonathan di 2024 kemarin deh. Nah, dilihat aja di bagian UI Teli-nya akan kelihatan mulai aktivasi license-nya kapan. Sudah terhitung setahun atau 2 tahun gitu. Kalau masih setahun berarti Bapak Ibu masih bisa nih dapetin fitur TSS gitu karena perpetual atau lifetime itu apa free-nya hanya di tahun pertama saja. Di tahun kedua dan tahun ketiga seterusnya Bapak Ibu tidak perlu bayar license-nya lagi karena itu hanya di awal aja gitu ya. Namanya juga perpetual atau lifetime. Nah, tapi di tahun kedua dan ketiganya harus berlangganan dengan kami TSS Tele Software Services gitu ya. Atau misalnya tadi saya jelasin nih, saya bingung Pak Jo, ada annual, ada perpetual, ada apa. Nah, nggak apa-apa. Kalau bingung juga boleh aja kontak ke salah satu PIC dari tim teknikal, nanti kami bantu. Kita bisa lihat atau yang baru atau yang kenal saya sebelumnya pas pernah Pak Jo datang ke kantor buat meeting onsite dan sebagainya. Langsung aja kontak sama saya. Nanti saya baca lagi agreement proposalnya bersama saya. Gitu ya, Bapak Ibu ya. Oke, tentunya masih semangat ya dalam webinar Telium 6.0 ini ya. Oke, selanjutnya. Nah, tadi AMC, Annual Maintenance Contract atau Human Support. Nah, kalau tadi bedanya dengan TSS ini lebih ke akses remote, yaitu bantuan modul tele. Kita tadi akan bantu ya melalui team viewer, AnyDesk, dan lain sebagainya. Habis itu ada dukungan akses jarak jauh, dukungan penuh selama 1 tahun gitu ya. Nah, buat Bapak Ibu, ini tidak bergantung pada tipe license-nya apapun itu, mau single user, mau multi user, mau annual, mau perpetual, ini harus berlangganan setiap tahunnya. Nah, di sini tim teknikal kami ada di Indonesia semua dan berkantor pusat juga sama dengan saya sendiri di Sudirman. Jadi kita akan memberikan dukungan penuh selama Bapak Ibu berlangganan setiap tahunnya gitu ya. Ada perbedaan biaya tentunya kalau single user dan multi user gitu ya. Nanti boleh tanyakan aja langsung. Oh Pak, saya butuh nih penjelasan-penjelasan fitur terkait dengan teknis-teknis. Gimana sih membuat general ledger? Gimana sih membuat laporan-laporan voucher dan lain sebagainya? Nah, boleh banget tanya ke kita informasi lebih lanjut buat nanti kalau memang sekiranya hal itu teknis gitu ya akan kita bantu dan akan kita berikan proposal penawarannya gitu ya. Semuanya bisa dikomunikasikan melalui kami gitu ya. Nah, oke, nah lalu ada customize gitu ya. Nah, buat Bapak Ibu yang baru pertama kali denger nih atau kira-kira udah pakai gitu ya. Nah, customize ini apa sih Pak Jonathan? Nah, ini adalah jadi teli kita ini adalah bisa di customize fitur-fiturnya. Tentunya memberikan kemudahan, memberikan fleksibel kepada Bapak Ibu sehingga kita memberikan jawaban atas kebutuhan-kebutuhan dari teli Bapak Ibu ini bisa menjadi lebih apa? Lebih benar, lebih tepat dalam memberikan solusi IT-nya. Karena kita juga punya tim software development, research and software developer dan lain sebagainya ini akan mengikuti, menyesuaikan dari market-market Indonesia nih. Jadi boleh banget dikomunikasikan dengan kita gitu ya. Pak, saya mau vouchernya kayak gini. Pak, saya mau di invoice nanti ada logo perusahaan saya begini. Ah, boleh banget. Kalau masih kita bisa bantu, kita bisa komunikasikan, boleh banget kita akan bantu semaksimal mungkin. Jadi kita percaya bahwa hubungan kerjasama ini akan terus berjalan melalui komunikasi yang baik, melalui pemberian customer-customer kepuasan dari pengguna-pengguna teli gitu ya. Nah, yes, dari saya itu aja. Buat Bapak Ibu yang sudah menggunakan teli, yang senang menggunakan teli gitu ya, dan punya kenalan nih buat sahabatnya, saudaranya, atau siapapun itu sekiranya lagi butuh accounting teli gitu ya. Boleh banget di sini ada nama saya Yonathan Reinhardt dan itu ada nomor saya di 0819 010 95610. Aku ulangin sekali lagi di 0819 010 95610 gitu ya. Boleh dicatat, boleh difoto nomor saya. Pak Jo, saya ada kenalan nih. Kira-kira dia butuh accounting nih. Nah, Pak Jo bisa provide nggak? Bisa banget. Nanti adjustment aja sama saya, bikin janjian. Kalau di Jabodetabek akan kami datengin gitu ya bersama tim teknikal tentunya. Akan aku yang presentasiin, akan aku sendiri juga mungkin yang demoin gitu ya. Nanti kita akan dealing. Nah, jadi kita percaya bahwa teli ini fitur-fiturnya akan digunakan secara semaksimal mungkin dari accountingnya, inventory managementnya, purchase cycle-nya, sales cycle-nya, semuanya kita akan maksimalin. Begitupun dengan relasi-relasi yang kita bangun gitu ya. Aku harap dari webinar ini bisa membantu ke depannya dan tentunya mempererat hubungan kerjasama kita ya antara BIT dan perusahaan-perusahaan Bapak Ibu. Aku tadi udah lihat beberapa perusahaan ada yang bergerak di bidang mining, ada yang join, ada tekstil, ada production film dan lain sebagainya. Terima kasih banget. Mungkin aku juga Yonathan mewakili tim yang ada mau say thank you buat Bapak Ibu yang udah join, yang sudah nyempetin waktu. Kita mau appreciate banget untuk effort yang kalian berikan. Di situ juga ada email aku ya. Kalau mau tadi mau email juga kayaknya lebih formal biar aku mau email aja deh kebutuhannya aku sisi ke atasan. Boleh banget gitu ya karena juga kita prosedural, aku juga harus ke manajemen dan sebagainya. Jadi boleh banget untuk email aku atau WA aku. Dari aku itu dulu Bapak Ibu, mungkin dari penjelasan aku terkait dengan EMC, customize dan lain sebagainya boleh ditanyakan di Q&A gitu ya. Terima kasih. Halo, selamat sore Ibu Mariati ya. Aku lihat Ibu ada raise hand, ada mau pertanyaan. Mungkin boleh Bu diketik di Q&A. Kolom Q&A itu ada di sebelah kanan kolom share Bu. Kita mau standby nih, mau jawab pertanyaan Ibu Mariati ya. Terima kasih Bu Mariati. Iya, kita kasih waktu ya, Bapak Ibu ya. Kurang lebih di 5 menit. Kalau ada yang mau bertanya, boleh diketik aja di kolom Q&A. Nanti akan kita jawab gitu. Di samping kolom share sebelah kanan. Oke. Iya. Oke, Bu Mariati, kita udah baca nih, udah lihat. Emang untuk Teli 6.0 ini fitur terbarunya, fiturnya ya reconcile Bu, betul. Nah, tapi kita mau lihat nih kalau Ibu ini versi sekarangnya apa ya Bu ya, versi Telinya. Karena kalau mungkin masih ERP atau belum ke Teli Prime, banyak Bu fiturnya yang belum. Salah satunya kayak dari UI gitu ya, user interface, print gitu ya, import ke Excel dan lain sebagainya. Mungkin boleh diinfokan Bu fitur apa maksud aku versi sekarang Ibu telinya apa? Terima kasih. Ya Bu, kalau tadi yang Teli 3.0 ini sekarang kalau Ibu mau eh, improve ke Teli 4.0 itu ada import dari Excel dan dashboard. Lalu yang Teli 5-nya itu Ibu akan dapatkan UI yang terbaru, dan untuk Teli 6-nya ini bank statement atau fitur reconcile yang sudah kita webinarkan seperti sekarang ini gitu ya Bu ya. Terima kasih Bu Mariati. Nah, kan tadi mungkin sempat Ibu notice ya, dari ada 4 dapatnya apa, 5 dapatnya apa, 6 dapatnya apa gitu ya. Nah, baiknya eh, saran kami sih Ibu langsung aja upgrade ke versi yang terbaru. Karena kalau Ibu upgrade versi yang terbaru dengan TSS gitu ya, dengan kontak ke PIC masing-masing, Ibu otomatis akan dapat semua fitur-fitur terbaru tersebut. Tidak dibagi-bagi dari 4 apa, 5 apa, 6 apa gitu ya. Langsung aja Bu ke dapat itu semua dan dapat fitur terbaru terakhir kami ini gitu ya, bank statement gitu. Jadi saran saya karena Ibu versinya masih versi 3, langsung aja upgrade ke versi yang terbaru dengan menggunakan TSS. Ibu tipe license-nya annual apa gimana? Mungkin bisa dilihat gitu ya. Oke, iya. Dari Bapak Ibu, attendance yang lain mungkin ada pertanyaan. Ah, Mungkin kurang lebih 2 menit lagi kita akan akhiri webinar Teli 6.0 ini jika memang sudah tidak ada pertanyaan lagi gitu ya. Baik, Bapak Ibu, mungkin bisa langsung saja kita akhiri karena sudah tidak ada pertanyaan lagi. Sekali lagi, saya Jonathan, mungkin mewakili tim yang ada, ya. Ada Steven, dan on behalf from Mr. Prasad and Mr. Saik Salman, want say thank you untuk waktu dan kesempatan yang telah Ibu Bapak berikan. Semoga kedepannya kita bisa masih terus bekerja sama antara perusahaan ibu dengan kami PT BIT dari Teli BIT, dan jika ada rekanan juga saya akan menunggu uh, untuk meeting dan demo ke prospek-prospek yang ibu akan berikan gitu ya. Terima kasih untuk atas joinnya, atas perhatiannya kami ucapkan terima kasih. Salam sehat dan sukses selalu Bapak Ibu.